Hello, 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 my lovely friends. This is Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates coming to you today with a special video. As you saw from the title, I have been invited to join one of the Flosstube collaborations. This time we are focusing on fabrics. I have to tell you, when I got the email from Cheryl, I was back up a step. Cheryl McKinney is the one who has organized all of these, and she does an amazing job. If you aren't aware of what these are, there have been two previous collaborations among different Flosstube creators. The first one was on designers, the next one was on fibers, flosses, and this one is on fabrics. There are 10 other people involved in this one besides myself, and as I said, Cheryl McKinney has organized all of this. I was thrilled when I got the email asking me to be a part of it, and I knew immediately whose fabric I would focus on. Any guesses? You guys who have been here a while, you probably know. I'll give you a minute to think of that. I love these collaborations. I think they are a brilliant idea because it not only gives the Flosstube creators a chance to talk about something that we love, but it also gives you guys a chance to find out about different products that you might not be aware of. All of us are choosing something different, so that gives you 11 different fabric dyers. In the previous ones, like I said, it was floss and it was designers. So it gives you a chance to see different things that you might not get to otherwise. The brilliance of this, I think, is that it not only promotes our channels, it cross promotes across the community, it cross promotes across the industry, and I think in this way it's going to continue to increase the industry and yeah, make it continue to grow, which is what we want, right? We have all been sad to think that cross stitch is dying. I think Flosstube has helped turning it around, and I think these collaborations really help that. So again, a brilliant idea. Let's see. I have notes here because I wanted to make sure and mention everything. So like I said, there are 10 others in this fabric collaboration. Cheryl very kindly has provided all the links for all the different channels, and those are in the show notes below the video. So I highly encourage you to check those out. Also, if you haven't watched the other ones, the designers and the flosses, check those out too. Like I said, lots of great information there. So have you guessed who I'm going to be highlighting? xJuDesigns. Yeah, and you're going, if you didn't guess, you're going, oh yeah, that makes sense. All right, let me make sure. Okay, so I found xJuDesigns, I don't know when. As you know, I came back to stitching in mid-2017, and it wasn't long after I came back, probably wandering through Etsy down various rabbit holes, I probably came across her fabrics, and it didn't take me long to order. I have in some way or another touched a lot of her different products. I was a member of her Fabric of the Month Club for a while. I ordered fabrics from her. I have gotten custom dyed and cut fabrics from her. I'm stitching one of her designs with her fabric and her flosses. So yeah, I've kind of run the gamut. Not completely. She has a lot of products, and in fact, I want to go ahead and let you have a glimpse of her store, of her Etsy store. Now, I am in a different place, as you noticed. I wasn't going to perch on my step stool anymore. So I'm down in the bedroom. She is xJuDesign on Etsy. This will be linked below as well. We'll try and do this without the iPad doing stupid things and without too much glare. So, Hicks dyes gorgeous fabric. Right, the end. All kinds of different counts, all kinds of different colors. She dyes floss. She dyes silks, silk floss. She dyes rayon. There's some rayon, I don't know what you call that, ribbon. She dyes lace. She dyes pom-pom edging. She dyes rickrack. She even dyes buttons, and just in all the colors of the rainbow. She has been doing this for a number of years. I actually, I know you guys enjoyed the videos I did, the interviews I did with the ladies at StitchCon. I wanted to do an interview like that with Yukas, but it was not possible to fly to Hungary. Yukas is located in Hungary, and as much as I would have liked to, probably not practical. So I did ask her, send her some questions. So let's see. Let's see what Yukas has to say. I do have them on my iPad, so I hope you don't mind if I, for the most part, read them to you. So my first question was, when did you, what got you started in hand dyeing, and when did you decide to open your business? She says, I started the hand dyeing around 2011, 8 years ago, so she's been doing it for quite a while. She only did it for herself at the beginning, little pieces of even weaves and linens and rickracks and trims, and then some of the threads. But it didn't take long before her local stitching friends saw what she was doing and started to make requests. And it was upon that that she realized that this might be a business. She says she discovered different dyeing techniques. It allowed her to basically stay home. She has two twins, that's kind of redundant. She has twin boys. She had them in 2014. And at that point, of course, her stitching time kind of died down a little bit, but she really found that she was enjoying dyeing the fabrics and the threads. She says at the beginning of 2016 is when she decided to open her Etsy shop. So her Etsy shop hasn't actually been in existence for too long, 3 years, that's not bad. But she has been dyeing for quite a bit longer. She says hand dyeing is a job that she can do and still be home with her boys, and that's one of the reasons that she loves it. I asked her what inspired her when it came to choosing colors to dye. She says, my inspiration is, she says, good question. Basically, I'm in love with all of the fall colors, and she likes the softer pastel sampler colors as well. She says sometimes she goes crazy and creates marble, dotted, or sparkly fabrics as well. She says she doesn't necessarily follow any specific and repeated rules for dyeing, that she does like to experiment and try new adventures. And Yukas, we love that too. I love seeing what you do. She is also happy to do custom dyeing for people, which, as I mentioned, she did do for me. And yeah, like I said, get custom cut too. I just told her what size and what color and what pattern I was working with and the look I wanted, and I got a piece of fabric, and I will be showing you that in a little bit. She says, I have two favorite things to dye, linens over 35 count and premium silk threads. And those she has a tendency to stick to the more sampler types of colors, so I think the softer colors. So, thank you, Yukas. I appreciate that information. Let me get back to my notes here. So like I said, I have a lot from her in my stash. So let's get started. I'm going to first show you the different fabrics I have that I haven't used yet, and then I will show you the projects that I have. And I will also try and dig out the pictures for my projects. I have some of the patterns, some of them are digital, and you know how that goes. I have to dig through my computer, but that's where editing comes in. All right, so fabrics. This is my latest. I think pretty much all of the fabrics I have from her except for the one I'm using in one of my projects, is 36 count. She does dye on a Zweigert base. And like I said, she has all of the different counts of fabric. She has Lugana, she has all the different Adas. She has, like she said, linens higher than 35, I think up to 56 maybe. All the different things. So I think if you want it, you can find it on her site. The first one is Gray Sand. And as you can see, the modeling is wonderful. There's some creamy yellow along with the grays. I mean, just scrumptious. And both sides, this is a full hand-dyed fabric, 19 by 27. So, and hers always have a slight, not sweet, but always a slight nice odor to them as well. Just not, I mean, not odor like bad, but you know how I talk about Mrs. Sadis's silk smelling so good. The marriage of Mrs. Sadis's silks and xJuDesign's fabric is like a match made in heaven. Now, I have to figure out where I can put this down that it's not going to get covered with cat fur and isn't going to like pile up over other things. And I don't knock you over. You are actually kind of precariously on a Kleenex box, a turned over Kleenex box right now. I have to work out my new setup here. All right, next is Coffee Mix. This is a 19 by 13 piece. Gorgeous, right? I do have kind of a theme of several pinkish terracotta-ish fabrics here that I just couldn't resist. And they're so not my colors, but I mean, goodness, I could just frame them. I don't know, it's just beautiful. And I say they're not my colors, but they will be a gorgeous background for something, right? The next one is Light Desert. This is a bigger piece again. And like I said, these all are all 36 counts. That one has a cat fur flying off of it, and I think I just got cat fur in my face. She does serge the edges of all of her pieces, and I so appreciate that too. So again, both sides modeling. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So again, Light Desert. And there are some of these that were in the Fabric of the Month Club. I don't know whether she eventually releases those as in her shop or whether those are always kept unique. My feeling is that they're always kept unique, but that there are other things that are kind of close. The next one again is kind of a great ashy background. This is dark hazelnut, brownish. Again, and just a nice kind of, get the light doing different things. Isn't that funny how it keeps changing? There. Kind of nice brownish mottled tones. Every time I hold it still, that's when it kind of washes out and goes green. So that is not this, when I'm moving it, that's the real color. Lighting. Lighting in the iPhone. It's annoying. I don't remember which ones were Fabrics of the Month, quite frankly. I'm pretty sure this one was though. Menthe Syrup. Oh, how pretty is that? How pretty is that? So it has some tones of like different greens in it. Oh, so pretty. I think you can kind of see the different greens as I move it and before it washes out. This one I believe was also a fabric of the month. This is Sampler Khaki. The modeling on this is amazing. I keep seeing cat fur on the edges of everything. And you know how I feel about cat fur. Look at that. Gorgeous, right? And then of course the back too. Beautiful. And another. This one is Old Blue. I believe this was also, maybe, I don't remember whether this was Fabric of the Month Club or not, but again, edges all serged. So this is just a nice pale blue. It's actually a little darker than what you're seeing there. Or at least what I'm seeing in my camera. Gorgeous. So that's what I have in my stash that I haven't used yet. Next, what I am using. First and foremost, Grace. You all know her, you all love her. Grace Quaker Sampler by Sampler Cove. This is done on Ash Rose 40 count. So this is the one I was telling you, the one that I have that isn't 36 count. And this is a really, really hard fabric to catch the right color. Even that isn't dark enough. That's getting there. Yeah, it's washing out. That's not bad. So 40 count Ash Rose. As soon as I saw her, I think I saw her mention this on Instagram. I had to have it. I did not know what I was going to use it for. And then Andy Vio, that name, Nana's Needles invited me to join the Grace Quaker Stitch Along, the Grace Quaker Sampler Stitch Along with Tamara, this Nana Stitches, and Lynette Peters. She is One Lap One on Instagram. And I knew as soon as they invited me that I wanted to use this fabric. And then I came up with the colors to use for it, which are Victorian Motto sampler threads. And I do have this color conversion, the color list on my website, Mad for Yarn. There is a page for the color conversions. So, Ash Rose. And you can see the gray modeling. It's not very strong, but it is gorgeous. So there's that one. Next we have Midsummer Garden. Now this is the one that I got the whole kit. So this is her design, her fabric, and her flosses. And it is gorgeous. The fabric is 36 count Rocky Mountain, or no, I think it is Rocky Mountain. I don't have it right here, but I'm pretty sure it is Rocky Mountain. Again, gorgeous, gorgeous modeling. Don't have a whole lot done, but the threads are scrumptious as well. Just gorgeous. So the threads that came with this are cotton floss, buttermilk cake, gray wolf. This is a gorgeous gray. Look at that. Oh. Lady in green. Wickered basket. So pretty. This one, the name is covered. Lavender Field. Look at the colors in that. So pretty. Full bloom. And bright leaves. So gorgeous. Now, this one actually may also be a custom cut, now that I think of it. This is for Moments in Chalk by Hands-On Design. And this is Yucas's chalkboard fabric. Again, 36 count. I don't know which way it goes. There we go. Again, haven't gotten very much done on it. But again, look at that. Now it is a little bit darker than what you're seeing. But look at how gorgeous that is. Just beautiful. And there is my tiny little start, which I'm actually going to take out. Because I've decided, you know, I don't know whether you're familiar with this design. There's the center, and then you have monthly pieces that you stitch all around it. I've decided I'm just going to do the center. And that means I started in the center, right, of my fabric, but I won't need this much fabric if I'm just doing that middle piece. So I'm gonna take it out, refigure out how much fabric I need, and start again in a different place, and then I'll have the rest of the fabric to do something else with. God, look how pretty that is. You know, you just want to hang the fabric up sometimes. It's so pretty. Last but not least, this is one that I definitely asked for a special cut and a special die. I'm sorry, I jostled you around. That's what happens when you're balanced on a Kleenex box. So this is for the Four Seasons, street scene from, actually I keep saying it's Soda Stitch, but it's not Soda Stitch, it's A New Day, I believe is the company. And let me find, see if I can find the picture. All right, so that is what this looks like. And when I first started contemplating this, I got in touch with Yucas and I showed her the picture of what I wanted to do, and said I wanted a mottled blue to make it look like the sky, kind of along the lines of what I did for my Harbor Haven, but you know, I didn't want it, it didn't need to be quite that striking, but I wanted it to be a blue mottled to look like the sky. And it needed to be big. I think this is like 55 by 36. So a really, really, really big piece. Right? It just keeps going. And that's how much I have done. Not very much. But, I mean, a pleasure to work with. No problems at all. Shipping from Hungary is easy, and ended up with a gorgeous piece of fabric that was just what I needed. And again, the edges are all serged. So I can't recommend her highly enough. You will not regret working with, requesting from, buying from, anything from Yucas. You will love it. And her high quality fabrics all the way, high quality other materials all the way. I did speak with her again about this whole process, and we came up with a coupon for you. So if you are interested in trying out her fabric, she is offering 10% off to all of my viewers through September 15th. There is a coupon code you will need to use on her Etsy store, and that will be below. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you found some good information here, as well as on the other Flosstube creators who are participating in this collaboration. Like I said, all of the information is below. Please do check them out. I hope you find some other Flosstubers you enjoy through this process. Until next time, guys, give love, get love, right? I love you guys, and I love the love we spread. You take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.